Welcome to the NRL previews for round 8 of the 2024 season. I'm Renee Gartner and I'm joined by Josh Mansour to unpack all the games this week for the Anzac round. And we kick off with 2 games of footy on your Sunday afternoon, with the Dolphins and Knights in Brisbane being the first. The Dolphins, they were battling a huge injury toll. Add to that, Coach Wayne Bennett went down as well too with illness, and they still claimed the scalp of the Eels, which was so impressive. They were slow to start, but once they sort of got rolling, they were hard to stop. Do you see, I guess, a similar performance coming up against the Knights?
They're just playing with so much energy, and it's awesome to see. Last week, I'm sure everyone tipped against them, and they came out and got an upset against the Parramatta Eels. Last week, they were up against it, there's no doubt. No Herbie Farnworth, no Flegler, no Gilbert, no Hammer, no Wayne Bennett, and they still got a very convincing win, which is great signs for the Dolphins this year. They didn't even they couldn't even put in a full squad together. They had to get an exemption for Trey Fuller, and it looks like he's got his spot back in the lineup as well. So congratulations to Trey. I feel like it's going to be a big game as well, playing back home in Brisbane, and obviously with Wayne Bennett back on deck, it could be another high-scoring affair.
All right, well, let's check out the Knights as well too, and they have a big out in Kalen Ponga. That's been the biggest headline. He was already playing injured with the hip pointer injury. Now add to that, he's going to see some serious time on the sidelines with a Liz Frank fracture in his foot. Do yourself a favour and Google that if you don't know what that is.
It hurts.
The stat sheet doesn't read too well in their favour as well too. They're having only won 3 of their past 10 games without Ponga. What do you make of the decision to bring in a rookie into the number 1 jersey instead of moving Gagai or alike into that position and not change that back line?
Yeah, well, I feel like they've got no choice, to be totally honest with you. The reality is the whole team's going to have to change. Everyone's going to have to lift their game tremendously. Like, you can just tell especially their attack, it's all based around Kalen. So the thing they can't do with David coming into the side is expect him to play like Kalen. Everyone's got to lift, particularly the back 3. The wingers have to communicate with him as much as they can. The pendulum has to be on. But saying that, it's the cards they've been dealt. It is what it is, and all they can do now is just put their best foot forward. And it's good. They do have an opportunity to beat the Dolphins. Like, there's no doubt about that. They have the squad to do it, but unfortunately, it won't be with Kalen Ponga.
Well, as I said, they've decided to put the rookie into the fullback position. The rest of the team and that sort of back line have played together. They know each other. They're able to sort of carry him through this game to a degree and take that pressure off him.
Well, the outside backs have been outstanding, in my opinion. Bradman Best has been great. Gagai's been great. Greg Marzu at the back there as well. So, in my opinion, the back five has been going outstanding for the Newcastle Knights, and it should stay as the way it is. I feel like with those guys playing well, they can definitely help David come into this side and let him play his own footy. It's a special occasion making your debut. He's definitely going to come with a lot of energy. He'll definitely be targeted as well, which I'm sure he'll know that. But as long as he has his teammates to back him up, I'm sure he'll have a good game.
All right, who are you going to pick for this one?
I can't go past the Dolphins. Okay. Particularly after last week's win, against the Parramatta Eels, they were up against it and they came up with a pretty convincing win. So, going to go with the Dolphins this week.
All right, you're convinced?
I'm convinced.
Thank you very much, Josh. Unmissable matchups are taking place all weekend. If you want to see the match live, head to nrl.com/tickets to see it at Suncorp Stadium. If you can't get to the game though, remember you can watch it on Foxtel, Sky New Zealand or KO. Kick-off is at 2 p.m.